Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, all of those good things. Um, I really just wanted to come on. I know we just got finished celebrating Memorial Day, and this one was a little bit different because there was a lot of people that were celebrating for the war. All of those loved ones and lost loved ones that we have lost in the war. However, it was a little bit different if you think about it because there were a lot of lives that were lost just within this last year, within all of the pandemic and everything, and illnesses and all of that. So, some people I know that it kind of, well, what I will say is that maybe the whole week was kind of adding up and leading up to this because it rained so bad all last week that it kind of sums it up in all of the tears. That would have been all of the tears that have lost. That's all the loved ones that have lost. That's all the lives that were lost because of not understanding what was going on, not caring about what was going on, all the way down to kids that have been like slain in the street. All the above. It was a moment to memorialize everyone. And now that that is over, I thought that I would come on and tell somebody that it's not about your start, but it is everything about your finish. Regardless of where you are right now, everything is good, everything is perfect, and everything is good right where it's at. You don't have to change anything. You don't have, now, some people might have to embrace some things in that, but you don't have to change anything. You can't change anything. You need to really look at everything and try to figure out how is everything good? How is everything okay? Regardless of what it was, how it was. But because of the fact that you can know that everything is good and everything is okay and everything is perfect, I can tell you that it's not about your start. It is everything about your finish. Just think back, like, just think back 10 years ago and see where you are today versus where you were 10 years ago and think, have have you stayed stagnant? Have you moved? Have you changed careers? Have you changed relationships? Have you changed locations? There's a whole lot of things that could have happened within these last 10 years. But I'm hoping, I'm sure that you can say that you are not where you were 10 years ago. And if you are where you were 10 years ago, then that says it's not about your start, but it's everything about your finish. But now I think it's time for you to go. If you have not seen it yet, if you have not had the idea or the inkling to say go, then I'm here to tell you this morning, go. It's the 1st of June. Let's get it. This is 2021, and it has definitely, definitely been fun. If you have not made it fun, then that is on you. You have an obligation and a duty right now for your children to make everything that we're going through fun. So if you have not adapted or embraced the fun in it, then I'm here to tell you that it's not about your start, but it is everything about your finish. You have to think about it in quadrants or quarters, as they would say. Life is like quarters. A lot of people like to use the football game because everyone loves football. It's America's favorite game, right? So if you think about it, when you start your game, you do have a game plan. You have your idea of what's going to happen. You kind of know what's going to work, well, you practice what you think is going to work and what you think is not going to work. Now, when you get out there and the first first 4 or 5 minutes of that quarter, you realize that every single play that you've come out with, they knew or they were prepared for, then that says that one, you need to switch your stuff up. Because if they know you already and they know that game plan that much, that means that game plan has been that same game plan for years. Now, some people you can look at Well, I would say the Patriots. I would one day, but now I can't even say that. Now that I know that Brady done left and went somewhere else and did it all over again, it's like, okay, maybe it wasn't really the Patriots. It was just Brady is that good. Like we gotta really give Brady that. Even Brady can tell you that is not about the start, but is everything about his finish. Because he's not finished. He's not done. And he has decided that he's going to still keep going. So that's just like for you. If you are there and you feel like you are stuck or you feel like you haven't moved in the last 10 years, then today is your day to start moving. At 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time today, we will be starting Surviving Tough Times. It's going to be on Zoom because we've already bust StreamYard wide open, if that's what they say. Because I want to make sure that we have as many voices as we can, because remember, the book is about all of us. So your thoughts are important because your thoughts and my thoughts and someone else's thoughts, they become our thoughts. And when we have our thoughts in a place where, I mean, you really thought about some stuff, because the problem is we're all going to have to look at really where we are right now and then determine and know that it is not about our start, but it is everything about the finish. But today is the start. We're starting today. So as I've been told before, a lot of people don't believe that you can finish something properly if you do not start correctly. This is true in a lot of different aspects. I know in music, they say you start together. In the band, the first note should be the strongest note. Like that's the kind of stuff that you know. However, if for some reason you miss the first note and your director doesn't completely stop you and throw something at you, then that means you keep going, but you make it better and you make it better and you make it better and you make it better. So never ever are we supposed to get stuck in where we are and just think it's not going to work or it's not manifesting or this just not going to happen. Now, a lot of times what happens is people pray for things and then they don't see them literally manifest in the way that they had prayed for them. And because of that, a lot of people get deterred. I'm here telling you, don't do it. Keep going. It's not about the start, but it's everything about this finish. And guess what? We're going to finish strong. So let's say your start was not as great. I know people that have not had great starts, but are really pushing the limit to do so phenomenal things right now. Like, shout out to my mentor, Antonio T. Smith Jr. He is like, he has a story that says, like, he started in a trash can. He's a trash can, the richest man in the trash can. You should get it. And not only is it just a book to tell you that you can do it and you should keep going, but it actually is like a manual of how things work and how the laws of attraction work and what you actually bring into your atmosphere, things of that nature. So, really, if you're a person that didn't have a great start, then you do want to get hooked up and affiliated so that you can find something, you can learn something new, you can build on something, you can create something, you can do so much when you really get in front of the right people, when you get into the right group of people where you just have ideas flowing and everything. That's where you want to be. You want to be in a place where things are flowing regardless of whether you know or not. And that's how you start to see things manifest. So as you're sitting and you're not enjoying where you are right now, you dread getting up and getting dressed and going to work. But this is your job, and then you have to always remember that there's somebody that doesn't have a job and they haven't had a job. So they would really appreciate getting up and going to the place where you don't want to go right now. So it's like there's things inside of us that we would have to, that we work on ourselves. Because trust me, there's been many a day where I was like, "Oh, I wish I did not have to get up and go to work." Now, that's why I tell people don't say these types of things, because those types of things come back and they will actually become the manifestation of what it is. Because you know how they say we speak things into existence. So yes, if you are I'm a never this and I'm a never that, understand that it will not happen right away, but understand what you think you never will do. God might show up and just make you do it just because. He does have a way of making you to do something versus what you never was going to do or what you never believed could happen. And I'm only saying that because, as you know, if you didn't know, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2010. I can shout out and say in 2021, I have access to my hands. They're not the greatest, but I still can use them. I still can hold pens and stuff. Not the best. Look, not the best. However, I can still do it. So a lot of times it's about the way you're looking at things too. How about that? Your perception is everything. The way you perceive what's going on in your life is important because, well, I'll use me again as an example. I know that the life that I lived was not always the greatest. I never really made like really good choices. I always made dumb choices. I made dumb decisions. I really didn't think things through. So I ended up having to live life from the opposite direction. Instead of getting the blessing, I was always being cursed because I was doing something wrong. That's called bad seeds, sowing bad seeds. When you sow bad seeds, you get bad harvest. It's that simple. What's in the fruit, what's in the root is coming out in the fruit. So if you were sowing bad seed, you're living in a bad harvest. But it's okay. That's why I'm here to tell you that it's not about the start, because it's everything about the finish. Man, as you know, I have authored a book, Surviving Tough Times, on your march, get set, go. Listen, everybody, the book came out months ago. Listen, it has done leaps and bounds already. I'm so overwhelmed, but I know the need. I see the need. Our babies are in need, and we need to be on one accord. And I believe that the best way to do it is through surviving tough times. Because we have all individually gone through whatever it is that we have individually gone through. And if you are still standing and you are watching me today, I want to let you know that you have made it. You are making it, you have made it, and you will make it. Guess what else you need to do? Now you need to be that example for your children. So true. The biggest thing that I can tell you is that what you want to do is make sure that you're there for your kids. Make sure that you're setting it up to the point where you have survived some tough times, even if you haven't. You got to understand, like I said, it's the way you're looking at something. Everyone says it all of the time. That was the worst day of my life. Think about it and then really literally say, was it the worst day of your life? Or was that the day that everything changed in your life? Like you were on your way going somewhere else. You were doing something different. This was your whole entire idea. You had a different career. You were working. You had everything the way that you wanted. You had the right relationship. Things were going the way that you had planned. And then before you know it, everything happens and then nothing is going the way that you planned. And guess what you still did? Made it. Lots of tears, lots of struggles, lots of disappointment. But at the end of the day, if you're listening to, you've made it. You're still doing it. Keep it up. Keep your head up. Make it look good. I'm telling you. They say kids are like wet cement. I say it all the time, right? Whatever falls in them is going to leave an impression. So you should want to make sure that you are making the impression that says that we can make it. We can do it no matter what. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what they said that it was going to be. Look at me. I don't care what they said that you weren't going to be able to do. Stick in there, stay with it, and I bet you it's going to turn out. Why? Because that is the way that the universe works it when you won't quit, when you don't quit, when you do what it is that you're supposed to do, and you love on people when you come in contact with people, even if you don't come into contact with people, the people that you know, you reach out to them. Somebody comes across your mind, you hit them up. Why? Because that's the point of why, like living in living in a place where you know that everything is good and everything is perfect and everything is always gonna be good. It allows you to it allows you to walk in a way that instead of woeing is me, you are very excited that it is you because one, you're getting the opportunity to build on something from within yourself. And two, you've been chosen to be an example of what it looks like to make it through it. You've been example of what it looks like to shine the light in the darkness because you are making it in a matter of where the people are not. I came on here to let you know that it's not about your start, but it's everything about your finish. You need to know that when you set out to say that this is what I want to do, that all types of things will come in your way. All types of things will be thrown. Why? Because, well, we already know that. It's almost, what do they say? Like the devil peeked into your future, seen the goodness, and then said, okay, well, wait, I want to throw everything in their power to right here because I don't want them to get that. That's normal. So because we know these things, it's time to keep pushing. It's time to look the devil in the face and say, not right now. My bad, but you should have got me a little bit ago because look, you should have got me over the holiday because today, June 1st, I'm coming out of the box swing. And that's how we need to be. And we need to show our children that it is all good to do it. And if you don't do it, somebody might swing on you. So don't be swung on. Be the swinger. Be the swinger. It's not about the start, but it is everything about your finish. You will look back at today. Even if you do something great today, you can say that tomorrow was different or tomorrow will be different from today. Why? Because you made it through. You made it through. I just wanted you to know that you made it through. And the blessing of making it through is that now you can use that making it through as your example of making it through for somebody else. Because you do know that the things you go through aren't really for you to be going through. They're actually they're for you to go through so that you can be the example of what it looks like to actually be going through it for someone that is connected to you. And it's getting so real now that it might not even be the somebody that's connected to you, but it's the somebody that's connected to you that knows the person that's going through. So what I'm telling you is that even in the worst times of your life, the things you don't want to talk about, the things you don't want anyone to know, those secrets, the ones that only you and God know, well, God knows them, but He's waiting on you to understand that you got to make it through it. So then once you get through it, then you'll start to see the other side of the blessing. This is why, if you're watching me, then you understand that we are in our process and we are about to go through this thing. Not only are we about to go through this thing, but we are going to smash it. And why are we smashing it? To just let it be known that you might have tried it, devil, but you can't have it. You won't have it. Even if you've had it for years, guess what you cannot do? You can no longer have it. Once we realize it and we say no more, it becomes no more. So today at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, I'm inviting you to come and join me on the Zoom for Surviving Tough Times. It's going to be like I wanted to just be the rap session. You bring your thoughts, I bring mine, and we just really gonna talk about some stuff. We're gonna put some stuff into different concepts, but most and foremost, we are going to enjoy our time together. We are going to enjoy our time and our space together. So the more the merrier. Make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you subscribe to the page. Make sure that you share this video. Why? Because without you, there would be no me. There would be no reason to do what it is that we actually have to do. But make sure that whatever you do, that you just don't quit. You don't stop going and you don't stop smiling. Please be the example for someone else. And remember, we've already survived these tough times. And celebrating Memorial Day this year was a little bit different. And I'm not sure if anyone else seen it or noticed it like that. But I felt as though this is a great opportunity to tell the world, hey, guess what? We still made it. We're still here. And the reason why we're still here is so that we can still have a story to tell. There's still stuff for you to do. Everyone gets caught up in the fact that what they want to do. Oh, I heard something so big today that it was like, wow, we're gonna have to do a whole class on it. Like we're gonna have to do like a whole live one day on it. I'm gonna have to bring some people on because I can't speak that well on it. Like I'm not that well versed on the whole getting your readings and all of that and making sure that you're aligned with whatever. And trust me, right about now, people are trying to figure it out. Why? Because people are trying to figure it out because they're trying to figure out how are they still surviving because they're not really connected with it or to it. And now they're trying to find their connection. Trust me, the only connection that you need is that you breathe. That's the simple. Look, that's the simple. That's how you do that. That's how you hold on to that. That's how you make that work. That's how you make that be your story for the rest of your life. No matter what happens, no matter what comes your way, you kept moving. You kept doing it. You kept figuring it out. You kept redoing the system just so that no matter what happened, you were not stagnant in whatever you were. And guess what? The blessing of being stagnant, even if you were, you can always get up and move. It's it's one step in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. It's like you got to do what you need to do in order for things to manifest, and you got to know it. You got to want it, so you got to go out there and get it. So it's the 1st of June. Don't forget, I invite you, please. I shouldn't say don't forget. I should say remember. That was just shout out to Mr. Phil and the humor consultants right there. That was a please remember. I'm going to be on 3. So if you have not gotten your information, make sure you inbox me. Put it down there. I'll make sure I shoot you this invite. That way we'll all be on there together. It's definitely going to be great. Should be fun. I've been getting a lot of inboxes and stuff about you know, different concepts, different ways of people understanding different things. And I believe that it should be fun. I believe that it should be really fun. The blessing of it is when everyone realizes that they all have that one breakdown moment, like where you all need to go through it. So like when you get into like I want to say day 16, 17 in there, that's when you really started to break down your walls. And in order for anything to really truly be built or rebuilt, it must be broken. So a lot of us are fighting our brokenness as opposed to embracing our brokenness, because when we embrace our brokenness, it does then allow for the opportunity to be built, to be rebuilt. bigger, stronger, better than ever, so that you can look at anybody without a doubt standing on life and just saying, it's not about the start, but it is everything about your finish. Enjoy your day. And I hope I see you at 3. Talk to you later.